Hey everyone! So today I have a makeup tutorial for you all. It's using all Senegence products. I'm just in the process of getting ready for work, so this will kind of be what I'm wearing to work today, and I thought that I would show you what I have been wearing from the Senegence range. Everything from the Senegence range is super long wearing. All of the products are crease proof, smudge proof. They last a really long time throughout my long shifts, so this is pretty much what I've been wearing to work lately. I'm going to do a little bit of a heavier eye makeup just to kind of show you what you can do with the shadows, but yeah, I'm going to get started. So I'm starting out with the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. This one is a primer. I just use half a pump, and I'm just going to dot that onto my face, and I'm just going to blend that in with fingers just in downwards motions. Now the reason I'm doing it in downwards motions is because that helps to smooth the pores and wrinkles on the face. So if you go in circular motions, it puts product in and takes it out at the same time. So downwards motions is the best for primers. For my base, I'm just going to use my light color correcting tinted moisturizer. This one's awesome because it has a really good coverage. It's not really kind of light, but it feels light on the skin, which is nice. And it's also waterproof and sweatproof, so it stays on all day as well. And I'm just blending that one in with a flat top blender brush. Now the best thing about this tinted moisturizer is it actually is cut with a green concealer, so it helps to minimize any redness. So it helps to actually color correct the skin as well. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to take a little bit of the natural concealer and I'm going to mix it with the Ivory Make Sense foundation just for a little bit of extra coverage. And it's great because you can use these ones under the eyes and they don't crease either because they actually set onto the skin, which is nice. Okay, so I've just taken a little bit of both there and I'm just going to mix it together with the end of my brush. I'm just using a Real Techniques I think this one's a setting brush. Yeah, setting brush. I'm going to use that for concealer. Okay, and I'm just going to dot that one on and then blend it in. And I'm just using this where I need it. So around my eyes, a little bit on my cheeks, and then around the redness on my nose. So for those of you who have actually watched me for a little while, you know how much I like cream blushes, only because I feel like they stay on a lot better than any powder blushes. I find that powder blushes go very, I guess, patchy on me throughout the day. I'm actually going to use one of the Senegence shadow sensors. This is actually an eyeshadow. It's in the color called Mulberry, but it's this really nice kind of blush tone, and it works really nicely as a cheek color and also as a transition color on the eyelids as well. So I'm going to use it for both, so it works multi-purpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dot that on my cheeks and blend that one in with a MAC 130. And you have a little bit of time to work with this until it sets. And then it sets to be crease proof and smudge proof throughout the day. Now I'm going to set it with a bit of translucent powder. This is a Senegence translucent powder. It comes with its own brush, but I like to use a bigger brush, so I'm just going to use that all over. Now I'm going to move on to my brows. Senegence does have a brow product, but it is quite natural, and I like a bit of a heavier brow. So I'm actually going to take two more of the Shadow Sense colours and I'm going to utilise these. This is just Smoked Topaz, which is this nice kind of kind of grey brown kind of colour, and then Mocha Java, which is a little bit warmer. I'm going to mix those two together and just use an angle brush to apply it to my brows. Now, because the Shadow Sense is waterproof and crease proof, it will actually stay on throughout the day, so you could actually go swimming with these eyebrows on and they won't come off. So and I'm just blending that in with a spoolie just before it sets. There we go. You can see the difference. I find that brows make a huge difference on everybody. Okay, so moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to start out with the mulberry colour that I used on my cheeks. I'm going to use that as a base all over my lid. There is also flesh tone bases that you can use as a primer with your powder shadows as well if you're not willing to use all cream shadows. I'm going to be using all Senegence products today, so I will be using all cream shadows, but you can use them as like a primer for the eyes as well because they are completely budge proof. They don't crease, they don't move throughout the day, and they're completely waterproof as well, so it'll help to stick everything and adhere everything to the eye. So I'm just applying it straight from the wand. And then what I'll do is I'll take a brush to blend it out. So I'm just taking a MAC 226. And I'm just blending that all over the lid. So you've got probably about 30 seconds to a minute to work with the shadow before it starts to set. I'm just applying a little bit under the eyes as well. So I'm just wiping off my brush and I'm just going to blend out the crease there as well. And then all over the lid, I'm going to take this beautiful kind of chocolate brown, which is Garnet Shadow Sense. And I'm going to apply that all over the movable lid, so leaving the mulberry apparent in the crease. So I'm going to dab that on just towards the lash line. And then blend that out with the same brush. There we go. And you can see how that really deepens that colour up. And I'm just going to take a little blender brush. This one is the MAC 228. I'm going to use a little bit of the product and just use that under the eyes as well. I'm just going to deepen that up just by pressing a little bit more onto the lid. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Onyx Shadow Sense, which is just a black, and I'm going to use that closest to the lash line. I'm going to use that same 228 brush. I'm just going to smudge that along the lash line. So a little bit of these colours goes a really long way. So always build them up. Don't put too much down at once. So just put a little bit down and just build them up. Then I'm taking that MAC 226 and I'm just blending that in as well. Just so it melts into the garnet. There we go, so that really deepens up that side. I'm just taking a little bit of that black and just putting it down in the very outer corner under the eyes. Now we're going to go in with lots and lots of black mascara. I'm actually going to be using Senegence Undersense underneath. This is a lash primer and lash builder. This actually helps to condition the lashes over time and also build up the lashes instantly, so you get really nice full looking lashes. So I'm just applying one coat of this. And I'm just going to take the Lipsense, and this one is in black. I'm just going to apply that. This is actually waterproof, so it doesn't come off throughout the day as well, and you don't get panda eyes. There we go. I'm just popping some on the bottom lashes as well. I'm actually going to take a little bit of that Onyx Shadow Sense, the black. I'm just going to pop that in my waterline as well. You can just use the brush if you want to. Just to help make the lashes look a bit fuller as well. There we go. Just going to blend that across with a brush. I don't want it to be too intense, I'm going to work. There we go. Now I'm going to clean that brush off, and I'm actually going to do an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to do that with a colour called Whisper Pink, which is this really light pink. It's kind of, it's like a white that has a little bit of a pink tint to it. But it makes a really, really nice inner corner highlight, and it's matte, which is nice. So I'm just dotting that on the inner corner there, and then I'm just going to blend it in with that brush. Actually, I'm going to use this brush, because it's a little bit more like a finger. There we go. There we go. And that just brightens everything up, makes it look more awake. And because it's matte, it doesn't have that really intense shine either. There we are, that's it for the eyes. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is Lipsense. So the Senegence range is best known for Lipsense. It's actually the product that I sell the most of. We've got skincare and all kinds of makeup, but the Lipsense is by far the most popular colour because it's amazing. It is long wearing, it's kiss proof, it's smudge proof, and you also can have a matte or a glossy look with the same colour, which kind of gives a little bit of variety. I found it when I was looking for a wedding lipstick because I wanted something glossy for my wedding because I don't really like matte lips, I don't like how dry it looks, but I wanted something that would stay on when I kissed Josh at the wedding. So I started off with a colour called Heartbreaker. I intended for that to be my wedding colour, and then I decided to become a distributor because myself and my friends from work loved it so much. And now I can't decide what colour to wear, so I'm actually in the process of trying to decide at the moment. So I've just been trying different combinations because I'm thinking that I want a combination of two colours. So today I'm going to actually mix two of my favourites, which is Heartbreaker, which is still in contention for the wedding lipstick colour, and Bombshell Diamond, which this one's actually made with diamond dust, so it has a really nice sheen to it. So it applies really nicely and looks like it's got that really nice sheen. So I'm going to mix these two together on a palette. First things first, you've got to shake them really, really well, just to combine the pigments with the delivery system. So I'm just going to mix those ones on a palette that I've got on my desk here. Okay, so that's the colour that it's kind of turned out. I ended up going with half because I think I like that color a little better. Now, first things first, you have to start out with clean, dry lips. I use witch hazel to clean my lips, but you can just use water on a towel. I just use witch hazel on a little cotton pad. So you want to make sure that you're getting any residual makeup off your lips. So I've got foundation and I've got a little bit of lip balm left over as well. So I'm cleaning that off. Okay, and I'm making sure that my lips are nice and dry as well. And this will help it last all day. So I'm going to apply in 3 thin layers, all going in one direction. So if you go backwards and forwards, it removes the pigment. So you want to go all in one direction. So make sure that they're very thin layers. When you're not mixing on a palette, just wipe the wand off on the side of the bottle. But when you're mixing on a palette, just wipe it on the palette. Okay, so that's coat number 1, and I'm just going to let that dry. Okay, number 2. And let it dry. And number 3. And then let that dry really well. There we go. And I'm just going to apply my glossy gloss. There you go. And you can see that nothing has come off on the wand either, which I always find super, super, super amazing. So I'm just letting that soak in for a moment. Once it soaks in, I like to blot a little bit of the shine off. So I've just blotted a little bit of the gloss off, and now it's completely smudge proof, so it doesn't come off on your fingers or anything. So this is the full look using all Senegence products. I love the way that the products just stay on throughout the day, so I don't have to worry about touching them up, which is fantastic. I just put a little bit of gloss on before I eat every day. I find that keeps it looking nice and fresh throughout the day as well. So yeah, this is the full look. I'll take my hair down for dramatic effect. So this is the full look. I like something that's really nice and warm because I've got such a warm hair color, if you can't see the red and everything in there. But yeah, this is kind of my warm smoky eye. I'm wearing this one to work, but you can also wear it out. I just really like the way that the products stay on all day, and they're completely smudge proof and waterproof. Like, these shadows won't come off now either, so that's always a positive. But yeah, these ones they don't crease. They don't smudge, and the lipstick, it doesn't kiss off either. So it doesn't come off on your coffee cups or your water bottles or anything like that. So it just lasts all day, which is fantastic. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!